Guys, welcome to the United, welcome to another video. And well, first, this is not a match review, but Barcelona B1, Sabadell 2, and that's all I wanted to mention. I just finished watching the game against Sabadell, the final for the promotion, and unfortunately Barcelona lose the game. I wanted to say that congratulations to Sabadell to getting promoted to Segunda División. I know that people are gonna be. I saw a few people on Twitter saying that time waste and stuff like that. Like, guys, you have to realize it's a promotion playoff. It's like, for them, it's like playing a Champions League final. They're gonna do anything to win it, and like, it is what it is. Like, we've seen it multiple times. If we were in their situation, we'd probably be doing the same. So, not gonna criticize them about it. Congratulations to get promoted for Segunda. I want to thank the players, the García Pimienta, obviously, for the great job that they've done. They've done a good job. They were moments away. There was the controversy, obviously, because we don't wear the white shirt, right? So there is controversy always, but I'm not gonna get into that. The Akiyama goal, I'm gonna say it right now, should be valid because Peque doesn't intervene in the play at all, at least not from my point of view. But anyways, it is what it is, and can't change many things. But the video today was going to be about Setien and pretty much give my point of view on Setien so far, and should he continue as a Barcelona coach post the Champions League, regardless of what happens. And that is that, well, yes, I think Setien should be the Barcelona coach after the Champions League, whether we lose, whether we win it, even if we get humiliated against Napoli at the Camp Nou. Because you guys have to realize it's not up to Setien. Like he's done what he can. He's done what he tried to do. A lot of people have been criticizing Setien that he promised something at the beginning and he hasn't kind of done it, and he's kind of become Valverde. And to a point, I've criticized him about it too. Like, whenever he's done things that I didn't agree with, I was like, Setien, this is not what I was expecting. But it's a tough situation, and just like with Valverde, it is a tough situation for the managers because they know that they're managing Barcelona, a team that, if you get a bit lucky and you do things decently well, you can squeeze a few titles here or there. And that's what happened. Valverde knew, this is not the way I want to manage the team if I could, but I have so many quality players that pretty much I'm going to be able to squeeze a few league titles and stuff like that. And that's what happened. And Setien knows that this is the opportunity of his life. If he wins even just one title with Barcelona, that pretty much levels him up to better quality teams where he can earn more and have more recognition further down the line. So this is the opportunity of his life, and he's done what he could. It's not his fault that the board brought him in as a far option and told him basically what to do. That 11 days in, the players are skeptic with the method Setien. That during the game against Celta Vigo, Sarabia is trying to give Messi some instructions during the water break, and Messi decides to ignore him for no apparent reason. Suarez post game talking about how it's not normal for them to be losing games away from home, or how Messi was saying that since January we've been very bad. It's a collective of things, and this is not a video criticizing Messi stuff like that. That's I don't want to get into that right now. And that is not the purpose of this video. I'm just mentioning that Setien hasn't had it easy at Barcelona. And to be honest, the thing is that I believe Setien is not going to be the end game manager for Barcelona. But sometimes we need these kind of managers to do a job and to filter some ideas and some qualities into this team. And that is what I think that is going to be very important for us going forward. For example, if Riqui, Puig and Fati end up being important players in Barcelona's history, we're gonna have Setien to thank for about all of it, because he's the one that had the courage to involve those players at a moment of the season, to give them so much trust and so many minutes at a moment of the season where he knew that he was playing himself not only his job but a possible league title. So he put his trust in the kids, and I think that that is something that we should reward always. That in a tough situation, you put your trust in the kids. And I recognize that, yes, Riqui Puig is playing a lot of minutes because Frankie was injured, and Ansu Fati is playing a lot of minutes because Dembele is injured, and we don't have many forward. But putting Ansu Fati ahead of Griezmann in some games, putting Riqui Puig ahead of Rakitic in some games, like that is something for me that is very important, and I thank a lot that we've been able to do that. Also, to mention that a lot of people criticize Setien and say, I even saw a comment saying that if Barcelona B don't get promoted, they will never forgive Setien for not allowing Riqui Puig and Ansu Fati to go to the promotion playoffs. And I think people's priorities, either they're looking for any way to criticize Setien for no reason and hate him for no reason, or people really have their priorities not straight at all. Because I don't know if you guys just saw, but Ronald Araujo had to walk off injured after in that promotion playoff final. We're 12 days away from playing the game against Napoli, and we only have one fit center back at the moment, and it's Gerard Piqué. So, yes, the danger was that, hey, maybe if we do allow Riqui Puig and Ansu Fati, we do get promoted, maybe. But there's also a maybe possibility that those two players will get injuries, and guess what? Then we have to play in a midfield without Arturo Vidal and without Busquets, I believe. And we have to play what? Rakitic, De Jong that's not fully fit. Who else? Sergio Roberto? Monchu? Like, is that what we wanted to do? Vidal Ansu Fati. You want to really do Messi, Suarez and Griezmann again? Because Braithwaite is not allowed to play anymore. So I think it was a smart idea, not only to mentally disable those players for, like, you know, I normally am not a big fan of giving those players vacations, especially after not doing a stellar job, but those players just lost the league title, and there's been a lot of talk about them and stuff like that and criticizing them, so they need to disconnect mentally also. Like, it's not only physically they need to recover, but they need to recover mentally. They need to be mentally strong. They need to, you know, position themselves like they can win this Champions League. That is only 4 games away. 4 good games and you win a Champions League trophy. It's not 12 games. It's not 8 games. It's 4 more games. They know they can do this, and I have all the confidence in them that if they can get themselves in the right state of mind, that they will at least have a chance of doing so. Maybe not win it, but they will have a chance of showing us good things. That's at least what I'm hoping. So this thing about criticizing Setien for no apparent reason, he's done a good job. Like, all things considered, Setien came in with all the handicaps in the world, and he managed to do 2 more points than Valverde, which would have been 45 points actually instead of 40 that Valverde did. But the players didn't want to play against Osasuna, and we lost 3 points there. That should have been easy 3 points. That he doesn't have the ability to use Dembele for the pretty much ever. He hasn't been able to use Dembele at all. He lost Carles Perez and Abel Ruiz without even trying them. They sent Todibo out on loan without even trying it. What else? Like, he came in January, no preseason, only 40 points in the first leg, which is supposed to be the easiest half of the season, the first one, because that's the one where you can make experiments, that's the one where you can try out new things, where you can get used to the players, where you can get the rhythm of competition, and you normally have your like easiest games in the first half. Well, no, Setien had to do that everything in the second half, had to come right in. A lot of criticism, players skeptic with the meta Setien from day 11, so it's not easy. It is like he hasn't had it easy, and yet he's done a better job than Valverde. I think that we can all agree that this Barcelona team plays better than Valverde. Not only plays better, but it got better results. It felt like this team was actually doing something for the most part. It wasn't perfect. I'm not saying that it's amazing. I'm not saying that if we keep Setien, we're gonna win big things going forward. But he's doing things that I think are important as well, which is maybe changing the mentality, maybe trying new players, maybe giving the opportunities to Riqui, Puig, and Fati. So once 2021 comes in, there's no one that can send him back to Barcelona V, or that can send him out on loan or sell him for this price and that. These are the things that are very important for us. Like, we don't only need to think about the short term, but the long term. I'd rather lose until 2021, until the elections, and have developed our younger players. Find a position for Frankie de Jong. Get Araujo and Todibo to see if they're capable of competing for places at Barcelona. To have Riqui, Puig, and Ansu Fati be established as the first team players that they need to be. Maybe see if with more training and a specific process we can get the best out of Ousmane Dembélé. Maybe do a process with Luis Suarez and see if he can be a player that can come off the bench and reduce his amount of minutes and still be very important for Barcelona. Maybe find a position where Messi, at the moment of our press, doesn't harm us as much, because having him in the wing, it's kind of a detriment when we want to press. Maybe find him in a more central area so he can be more effective both attacking wise and so we can be more effective pressing wise. All those kind of things are things that maybe Setien doesn't win anything, but maybe he finds the key that the other manager can use coming in. I think that those are all things that are important for Barcelona. We need to do a cleanup job, and I think that Setien should be the man to do so. There's no one that you can bring in that it's going to do a much better job than Setien in a year's time. Because pretty much we're going to change the coach in a year's time. Like if what we want is Xavi, then who are you going to bring in that knows this squad already? Valverde? That's pretty much your only option. Koeman is not coming in before 2021. Pochettino's not coming in. I've heard rumors about Allegri. What is Garcia Pimenta going to do in a year's time? Just a year. I'm just saying, hold off on a year, see what he does. If Setien does well, maybe keep him. Maybe keep him for a longer time. Have Xavi have more time to develop, and let's work on that. If it doesn't work in a year's time, new board comes in, new coach, new everything. All right. Anyways, that's all I want to discuss for the time being. Guys, leave me your opinions in the comment section below. Comment, like, subscribe, and I'll see you next one. Blaugranas.